Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Aokana. I just got back from the gym, and today I've actually been experimenting with some of my food stuff that I've been eating. I added some avocado to my repertoire of fruits. Not sure if I told you guys that, but for the past 2.5 years or so, I've been not really eating too much stuff that has a lot of fat. I still eat greasy food, of course, because they're just tasty. But if I have to, I don't really eat too much stuff that's really high in fat, you know? So avocado being one of them. And then what else? Almonds, I guess? And yeah, so stuff like that I don't really eat too much. Peanut butter has a lot of fat, and thankfully I'm not really a fan of that, so that's good. But yeah, also a couple of days ago, I met up with a friend, and he's also been trying to lose weight and whatnot. Since the past couple of years, he's been gaining a lot of weight. He asked me about how I can be consistent and stuff. And that actually got me thinking. I don't really have an answer. I guess at first I just do it, right? And then like scientifically, exercise does like release hormones that will make you feel good, right? And it does feel nice, but I don't know if that necessarily is the trigger or if that's the thing that keeps making me consistent. I guess I just like optimizing myself, if that makes sense. So even when I was, say, working, right, when I was doing my job, I used to be an accountant, and then I got promoted by my brother into like managing my own branch. Like when you're doing your job, there's always going to be some like downtime during the things that you do, right? And I always feel very bad when I have that downtime. It feels like I'm not being productive. While I go to the gym, it feels nice because every single second, every single minute, it always feels like I'm doing, like I'm giving my 110%, you know? And I'm not just there wasting time. While sometimes at work, there'd be a lot of downtime, like I'd be working maybe 2 hours straight. And it's an 8-hour job, but I wouldn't be doing anything for like 2 hours, 3 hours. But yeah, pretty nuts. But then again, that is like my type of work. There's definitely other type of more creative work that will, you know, keep you on your toes most of the time. But yeah, my type of work has mostly been desk job, like meeting clients and stuff, so lots of things are not really in my control, right? And you know, maybe I do need to find another job at some point. Like I'm living pretty comfortably right now, but it's not like I can be like super bourgeois. That's the right word I'm looking for, right? But yeah, maybe I just need to find some good direction on where I'm gonna go. I do like exercise though, so maybe I might try to find something in that like area. But I guess we'll see. But I'm going on a tangent. Sorry about that. Let's actually talk about the last episode recap. Last episode, we started the final chapter for Misaki. And Misaki's been training pretty hard. And she's decided to copy Inui's playstyle to try to see how to bypass it. Or, you know, try to, I guess, make Inui get into the same situation. But we still haven't found out the way to counter, like, Inui's, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, she has a trump card to be able to get out of the situation that she puts us in. Even when she does that sort of tactic that she does. And then, yeah, Shindo-san also came, showed us a video about Inui and Asuka fighting, or not fighting, dueling. And they were doing the same thing that Misaki was trying to do with Inui. which was doing her own like tactic against her. But of course, we know that they are holding a trump card. They're probably not. This is the word I've been using on the last episode. They're sandbagging, basically. If you guys have played a lot of online games, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they're not really showing off their full skill. In online games, you're basically making a new account so that you fight lower level people. But yeah, we stopped at a kind of a cliffhanger-ish moment because I did not expect the episode or the scene to go that long. But yeah, let's ooh. God damn it, I always hate it when I load my game and then suddenly the voices just play. But yeah, as I was saying, let's continue on with the story, shall we? Since last time we took Shindo-san here out alone while leaving everyone else in the beach. You're the only one who's been up against Misaki, Asuka, and Inui. Would you mind sharing your impressions of them with me? Just your impressions, that's all. I think I know what you mean. Irina-san said something along the same lines about how what Asuka and Shindo-san were playing. How what Asuka and Shindo-san were playing was an FC. There we go. I was like, there must be some word I'm missing there. You did well to match Inui then. Impressive, if unsurprising, that he came to that conclusion. I don't know if it's fine for me to ask this, but it feels rude to keep asking questions about a match you lost, but I need to. How'd you feel after the match? I understand. Trust me. The feeling of losing, the feeling of seeing someone far better than you, they make you want to run away from reality. Why didn't you quit? That's probably the same way Asuka sees things. A viewpoint I was never able to reach. I don't know. When I cycle, it just feels fun to go fast. So I'm not really sure. But as I said, I keep mentioning this, but the upper echelon of people that are super competitive, they probably want some sort of diversity or something of a breakthrough, right? To get out of a plateau. Maybe, yeah. I guess in some way that's true. It is pretty revolutionary. Asuka really is incredible. I'm even more convinced of that now. I think Shindo-san's opinion more or less matches up with hers. But there is a fundamental difference. Shindo-san only came to this conclusion after considering giving up on FC. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there's like a motorcycle sound that's so loud that went past my neighborhood. Jesus. I really hate motorcycle sounds or like cars that are, you know, like very heavy on their exhaust. Ugh, like ear-splitting exhausts, like noises. super, super annoying. He thinks it's incredible to be right in the middle of this maelstrom, even if it means everything he's practiced is now worthless. I'm sure he had to convince himself of that. But Asuka is different. The moment after she saw Shindo-san play Inui, this is also something that I feel like is a bit unbelievable. A lot of the people, I don't know, I guess when I can only compare this to cycling, right? In cycling, even when you're at the very top echelon, you're still gonna benefit from doing all of your intense training that you do because you're gonna be like super physically fit, right? It's not like everything that they've done so far has been like 0% not going to be used or utilized in the future. So the fact that they're kind of giving up make it feel like, you know, super unbelievable, right? There's no way any sort of athlete would feel the same way, in my opinion. That everything that they've done has been, you know, for nothing. But I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. The very moment after, she was excited. What'd you think about Asuka?
試合中にあんな風に伸びる選手は初めて見た。どんどん追いついてくる倉科君に、難しいな。怖さや悔しさもあったけど、喜びもあったね。
You were.
何かが成長していくのを見るのは楽しいからね。
Yeah, that's true. Does it really think that? You know, I think he does. I enjoy seeing Misaki grow myself.
才能のある選手だけど、もしかしたら脆いところがあるかもしれないよ。
You do?
そこをちゃんとフォローできれば、すごい選手になるんだろうね。
Someone to make up for Asuka's frailness. By all rights, that should have been me. But I've lost that position. You're kinda overestimating yourself there, my friend. I don't hate Asuka, obviously. I like her. Not in a romantic way, and I respect her too. But I had to make my choice. I wasn't in the right frame of mind to coach everyone. I know that yet. I don't regret choosing Misaki either, but I can feel a dull pain spreading through me. I wonder how and where Asuka's practicing right now. The emotions spiral inside me. What about Misaki?
それを一番聞きたかったんじゃないかい?
Yeah, it was. What kind of player do you think Misaki is?
飛沢君は
Shindo-san throws his gaze down a few meters to the side of us as he searches for the words to use.
面倒な選手
Annoying? What do you mean by that?
まず普通にコーチをするのが面倒だろうなと思うよ。
You could tell that from your match?
頑固なとこや気の強さが見えるからね。そんな選手のコーチが楽なわけない。でも僕の言う面倒はそういう意味じゃなくて、飛沢君と試合をするのは面倒だという意味だよ。
Oh, sorry. Oh?
乾君の強さは驚き、倉科君の強さは楽しさ、飛沢君の強さは面倒だ。
Surprise, fun, and then annoying, huh? Misaki's the only one with a negative description.
そうかもしれない。だけど違うよ。ネガティブな意味じゃないんだ。
Really?
飛沢君は細かなテクが上手だからね。対抗するのが面倒だ。
You might call them techniques, but she basically just pulls them off through intuition alone.
だろうね。それは前の合宿の時に超接近戦をした時に分かった。ああいうのはそう練習することじゃないからね。
I don't know. Everything can be learned. That's what I've learned throughout, you know, all of my years doing something. It takes a while for some people, like, you know, some people do it faster than others, but everything can be learned. So she's an annoying opponent, huh?
大きな枠じゃなくて小さな枠にはまった時は圧倒的に強いんじゃないかな。
Oh, he's done? Sorry, I thought he was gonna say more stuff. You mean like during dogfights?
当然ドッグファイトも含むけど、それだけじゃなくて、小さな範囲の中で試合を展開させたら強いと思うね。
You do?
乾君はフィールドを広く使うことで圧勝するだろう。それとは逆の方法が飛沢君にはあるんじゃないかな。
Come to think about it, that's such a weird way to say it. Can't they just say come to think of it, you know? That's a lot more natural. When she first played against Shindo-san, she drew in from the front and gradually launched attacks at him. It was similar with Ichinose, where she narrowed the playing field against her and came out on top. Now that you mention it, he's just given me something to think about. One more thing. It might be hard to answer, and it's kind of a ridiculous question, but would you mind?
どうぞ。日向君から質問してもらえるなんて光栄だからね。
I feel like this guy is overestimating Messiah too. There's no need for flattery.
素直な気持ちさ。それで質問は
Anyone can see that Asuka has talent, but what do you think about Misaki in comparison to her?
まず才能のあるなしなんてそう簡単に答えを出せるものじゃないと僕は思う。
Right.
練習して試合で経験を積んでそこでようやく才能を比べられると思う。
I know that. There are those who get the hang of things only after an extensive amount of practice. There are those who may get the hang of everything at once right at the start, but struggle to proceed from there. Those people are of equal worth. Nobody knows how long it will take someone to truly master something. That's why it's not as simple as just saying someone has talent, or that they don't.
ただ僕の経験で言わせてもらうなら飛沢君は天才だよ。
Suddenly, weird transition. I always feel like they should probably put in a fade in towards the song transition. It's way too abrupt. For a moment, everything goes dark. It feels like my legs have given out and I've slumped to the ground. It takes a while for me to realize that I'm feeling relieved. It's the feeling of eventual calm after a long storm. My shoulders begin to tremble as I watch Shindo-san nod. What? Does he need, like, validation from someone else that choosing Misaki was not wrong? Is he, like, not confident in his own choices? Something that I can only describe as joy begins to spread through me. I'm elated from the tips of my toes to the top of my head. Yes, Misaki is a genius. I yelled that inside my mind to convince myself. It's only now that I realize I've been waiting for someone to say that to me all along.
にやけてるよ。
I feel like Messiah is... I don't know. I say this since the very beginning of the game, right? I don't think this guy is a beta male. Like, if you believe in something, you don't need other people's validation to keep believing in it. Like, come on. I'm not.
ま、誰が天才で誰が盆栽かなんて僕らの年齢じゃまだわからないんじゃないかな。
You'd lift me up only to go and say that?
僕が言いたいのは飛沢君は天才だって信じてあげた方が伸びるんじゃないかなってことなんだ。
You're saying that job's up to me.
そう、日向君がだよ。天才だと信じてあげればそれに応えようとして伸びる。今できないことでもいつかできるという自信につながる。
Do people really need to believe that they're a genius to do that? Isn't that just a false sense of bravado? So I should compliment her to help her grow.
違うよ。天才相手には天才を育てる時の育て方をした方がいいという話だよ。
I don't know, I think this only applies to people that are very young. So just treat her like one.
肌じゃない。誰かに天才だって信じられることで伸びる選手はただの天才だよ。
Well, I mean, that's a pretty good point. My own instabilities are what made things worse for Misaki. She tried to leave FC because I didn't believe in her. Thinking back, it was probably Aoi-san's belief in me that helped me get so far. And I was coaching without understanding that simple fact. The regret hurts. Emotions have built up within me to the point where I want to cry. Those harsh things Shirase-san and Aoi-san said about Misaki were the same. I just didn't realize it. They were questioning if I had the resolve to believe in Misaki, even if she was doomed as a player. Their words were meant for me, not her. Ugh, shit. There was no malice behind what they said. Even I know that much. All they wanted was to make me think. My emotions continued to spiral within me. Thank you. Seriously. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
アドバイスになったならよかった。
It really has. Just, thank you so much.
大げさだな。
Yeah, I don't really understand how this is, very important for Messiah. I just don't have the same sort of mind frame as him, I guess. It's very hard for me to actually understand what he's feeling. It is to me. My conversation with Shindo-san has given me a lot to think about, and a lot of opportunities to seize. So yeah, this is actually a pretty interesting point of view. Like, I actually really appreciate main characters that I don't understand that well. Because I'm more of the logical type, right? For the most part, I can always rationalize why specific people do something, why specific people think the way they do, based on their personality, based on their, like, upbringing, etc. And, I don't know, I guess, I understand Messiah to some degree, but it's just not something that I would do. Maybe you can also say that I'm a lot older now, that's why I don't really think that way. But there must be something else, right? I just don't know what. I bow to him. Are you sure you can't be one of Misaki's practice partners?
秋の大会が終わってからならいいけどね。
But it'll be too late by then.
そんなにがっかりした顔をしなくてもいいじゃないか。日向くんの練習相手ならいつでもいいよ。
Why would it be too late? Why do you need to beat Inui in the fall tournament? Why? There's way more than just this 1 year you have in your life, Messiah. Don't you see that? Or am I the one that's actually not seeing anything? With me, nah, I'll pass.
そんなこと言わないでくれよ。待ってるからさ。
He says that with a deadly serious expression. Messiah is too much of a, coward to actually try to get back. I scream into my headset. I actually wish there was a route where Messiah does get into, FC again. But that probably would involve him not choosing any girl, which sadly leads to a game over. I scream into my headset. Faster! Faster! Push those graph shoes to the limit. I know you can do this, Misaki. Everyone else had to skip today's practice, meaning it's just me and her. Our schedule today is focused on field flying. There's so more in there, I know it. Go, go, go! Her posture is her flying almost flat at the water surface as she picks up speed. Just from looking at her, I can tell her arm and neck muscles must be strained to the limit. I know it's tough, but you'll definitely get stronger if you just push through it. Yeah, some people, I guess, need this sort of encouragement to do their best. I personally do not need it. I like doing my best at my own pace. And I know, my own limitations and stuff. Fighter graph shoes have weak acceleration. Misaki is wearing Levitain from Invade. They're typical fighter shoes with pretty fast initial velocity and pretty slow acceleration. As typical as they may be, one doesn't simply fly according to their graph shoe specs. This is because the posture of the person wearing them has a large part to play. Take, for example, the N shoes from Misaki. They were developed as fighter graph shoes, but found popularity among all-rounders. I don't know why sometimes among is actually amongst. That's such a tricky way to, say it in that sentence. What I wanted to find out was what top speed Misaki could reach in her Levitain, and how long it took for her to reach that speed. Isn't it easy to know what top speed she is based on the tuning? I doubt that the physical capabilities that she has is gonna do anything to change the top speed. The second part makes sense. How long it took for her to reach that top speed makes sense. That depends on your, form, I guess. In a hypothetical scenario where Misaki simply had to wait out 20 seconds to win the match, and she was further up the line than her opponent, would her best option be to shoot for the boy at full speed or block her opponent's path? Or in a case where she needed to score 1 point in those 20 remaining seconds to win, should she aim to touch the boy or her opponent's back? These are all valuable statistics when having to make a judgment in the heat of the moment. Can you stop grunting like that, Misaki? Keep going! You can do this! I yelled to try and motivate her, but I think we're at the end here. I expect Misaki's gotten everything she can out of her graph shoes. It won't matter how much effort she puts in now. This is the limit. Okay, break! Inertia carries an exhausted Misaki away from the field. She slowly rotates to face me while being carried off in the opposite direction. You okay? Maybe I had her flying at full speed for too long. It's not exactly the easiest thing for fighters like her to do. Come down here and get some water. Okay, I'll bring some up to you. Try not to float away. Seriously? I'd rather she didn't eat too much. I really doubt that this sport takes that much cardio, or makes you lose a lot of calories. Compared to the sports that I do anyway, like cycling. Well, cycling is the main thing I do. So yeah, I do feel like sometimes when I see the characters moaning about how hard the training is, I'm like, really? Is it really that hard? I did say that. I was talking about the sugar in sports drinks. I'm not sure the sugar in candy is good for you. They're the same thing. I mean, I guess sugar in candy is a lot more processed. So it kind of makes you more addicted to it and make you want to eat more, but it's kind of the same, really. Oh well, a little can't hurt. This is stressful training. No need to add the stress of a candy ban on top of that. I grab hold of the drink and the candy. Fly! I activate my graph shoes. Oh, I thought she was done. Sorry, Misaki. Misaki's limbs are all hanging loosely by her sides. Good work. Have some water first. She immediately snaps back to life. Isn't your mouth all dry? Ugh, it'll be hard to eat? Don't mind if I do. Okay, fine. It's your choice what you do first. I'm gonna chunk some over, so make sure to catch them. Oh, chuck. Since coming into contact would make our membranes repel each other, we can only hand things from person to person by throwing them. I make a gentle underhand throw at Misaki's chest. She opens the bag and pops some of the chocolate-covered candy into her mouth. That's your reason for practicing? I'm not very big on candy myself. I love donuts, I love sweet stuff, but candy is just not my kind of thing. Like chocolate and all that stuff. She's like an old man who's just finished a round of golf or come out of the sauna. What are you, a masochist?
何をおっしゃいますやら。私なんかまだまだだよ。上級者になると粉状のお菓子が喉の奥にへばりつく感触を楽しむらしいからね。
Whatever you say, Misaki. Though I don't doubt that some masochist actually likes that. Sorry, what were we talking about again? She just said something completely incomprehensible. I feel like anyone who's gone that far needs to reconsider their life.
やっぱり限界。水を置くんだまし。
Why are you talking like that? I asked that question as I throw her the bottle.
さあ、おばあちゃんの見てる時代劇でよく聞くけどね。
We chat while Misaki grabs the bottle and pops open the lid. She downs the drink in one go.
はーい、お返しします。
Sure thing. I catch the bottle in both hands to make sure I don't drop it. Still feeling tired?
それもあるけどさ。
What's up? Misaki stares out over the horizon. I follow her gaze. Can you see something? Nothing seems out of place to me.
UFO が群れで飛んでるな。
Huh? There is? I think about asking if she's developing floaters, but think better of it. In any case, I don't see any UFOs in the horizon.
UFO にいろんな形があるって知ってた？
No, I'm actually not very familiar with them. Not really into looking at those stuff. Nope.
アダムスキー型とかハマキ型とか。父さんが古い UFO の本を持ってて、それを小さい頃読んだから知ってるんだ。
I don't know if that's a fact or not, so I'm just gonna not myself and think that's, you know, some trivia. Oh?
UFO って未確認飛行物体だからね。空を飛んでる未確認なものは全部 UFO なんだよね。
There is that crazy conspiracy theory that says the technology behind graph shoes was handed to us by aliens.
それは知らなかったな。
I think it's time for you to get to the point.
UFO が群れをなしてここに来ないかなということなんだけど。
Can we end this conversation already?
コーチとして彼氏として選手や彼女の内容のない会話に付き合う能力が必要だと思います。
I think she's actually correct here. Okay, go on.
はあ、もうそういうとこ冷たいんだからな。あのさ、隕石が落ちてきたらいいのになって思ったことない？
No. I hear people in the trade will pay a fortune for meteorites.
マジで？早く落ちてこないかな、隕石。
Kinda sounds like you're singing a baby to sleep, despite the questionable lyrics. God damn it, this must be something else, because she just said, I hope that a meteor would struck soon. She didn't even sing it.
いいよね、あの歌。
Nani? That's actually a song? Are you serious? Doesn't seem like it. The way she says it doesn't even seem like a song. There was no, like, melody. Just get to the main point already.
もう入ってる。さっきからずっと入ってる。
UFOs and meteorites?
UFO が現れて FC なんかやってる場合じゃないってことにならないかな。
Huh? If you take the U and O out of UFO and add a C, you get FC.
わお、大発見だ。やはりアメリカ政府の陰謀かね、ひなたくん。
Yup, I think we're onto something here. So, what's with this meteorite business?
隕石が落ちてきてさ、軽い骨折レベルの怪我をしたいなーって。
So you're tired? What do you mean?
そういう現実離れした話じゃなくても、例えば秋の大会の会場に石油が噴出して使用不能になるとか。
I think I get it. You want a break, right? Do we go on a date or something? Is this dating arc? That sounds pretty unrealistic to me.
道を歩いてたらバイクが突進してきて足の骨が折れちゃうとか。
Huh? You want to get injured?
そうだね。うん。怪我をしたい。
Wow, that's a very long, voice line for just that. My bad. Can't believe you're saying that with a straight face. It'd be one thing if you were talking about how to avoid getting injured.
正確に言うと、自分に全く落ち度がない理由で怪我したい。私のせいじゃなく、大会に参加できなかったり、大会が中止になったりしないかって思う。
At long last, I finally understand what she's talking about. So that's what's going on.
マサヤに私の気持ちわかる？
Yeah, I used to think like that a lot. I'd hope a giant monster would appear out of the ocean and ruin everything.
それいいね。でも現実的じゃないかな。
I don't understand. Isn't like a race supposed to be something fun? Why are you guys even doing this? I'm so confused. Less so than a meteorite, I guess. Are you worried about the match? I mean, I understand that she's worried she's gonna lose. But like I said, I'm looking at this from the perspective that this 1 year isn't gonna decide anything. The next year, we can still do something. And then, even if that year doesn't do anything, the year after that, and the year after that. Like, they're kind of dramatizing? Is that a word? I guess not that. Exaggerating just how important this single year is.
うん。そうだね。うん。そうだよ。
She doesn't know if she'll win. She doesn't know what her opponent might do. And yet, she has to go up against them anyway. She has to participate in the tournament anyway. I know what it's like to hope you might come down with a minor sickness so you can run away from it all. Or at the very least, if you went and lost, you could just blame it on your illness. Everyone who plays in sports like ours thinks things like that at least once. It happens all the time. Maybe because I have never been into any sort of sports when I was younger, I never felt that way at all. Well, then again, I guess everyone who plays a sport doesn't really do it with the mindset of losing, right? But that doesn't mean, like I said, doesn't mean that you can't do your best. If you do your best and you still lose, that just means that you suck. You just gotta improve more. That's truly how I see things.
そっか。これはよくある気持ちか。
You want to run away from the match, right?
逃げたい。FC をやめたい。
Hey, I thought you said you'd made up your mind.
決めたよ。決めたから練習してるし、練習が休みの日だって首藤君たちと試合をシミュレートしてるし。
I know that.
だったら覚悟を決めたんじゃなかったのかなんて意地悪なこと言わなくてもいいのに。
That was mean?
意地悪に決まってるじゃない。覚悟決めて練習をしてるから。もしそうじゃなかったらこんな気持ちにならない。
I don't know, I can't really understand your feelings too much, Misaki. Right. It's because she's actually taking this seriously that she's getting anxious. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
謝って。
I already said I'm sorry? Don't growl at me.
グラッシュが故障して秋の大会に参加できないくらいで済む怪我をしたい。カモン。
You shouldn't say things like that.
マサヤ以外の人にはこんなこと言わない。
That doesn't make me feel better.
乾さんは、アスカは今どんな練習して夏の大会からどのくらい成長したんだろう。私はまだ下からポジションを奪い返す方法さえ見つけていないのに。
Well, I guess if you're comparing yourself to someone, it does give you that sense of pressure, right? I kinda get it, but at the same time, like I said, I'm the type of person that relies heavily on logic. Like I said, you know, people go faster or slower at the pace that they are comfortable with. Some people just grow faster than you, and that's okay. You're yourself, you're not them. But then again, maybe that's also because I don't really consider myself to be anything special, you know? While Misaki does seem to be someone that's pretty good at something, so it probably is a blow to her confidence. You will eventually.
私、夜寝るときもずっと FC のこと考えてる。
Same here.
違う。マサヤが考えてるのは私の FC のことで、私が考えてるのは私の FC のことだもん。
That is the same thing.
違う。勝ったり負けたりするのは私。
True. No matter how much I try and support and protect Misaki, at the end of the day, she's the one who'll win or lose, not me.
覚悟を決めて、部のみんなから離れて一生懸命練習して、マサヤだけでなく、白瀬さんや部長や覆面さんに助けてもらって、それで、もし。
She trembles.
もし負けちゃったらどうすればいいの？
I think part of growing up is to actually like accept that you're not gonna be able to do perfect things like always, right? Well, I'm saying that like in a very weird way. Like losing doesn't necessarily mean that you're not doing perfect anyway. In according to your like limits, of course, right? You might have done everything perfectly and you still lost, and that's simply because some people are just better than you. I think a lot of younger people don't realize that, or I guess they don't want to admit it, right? And heck, I don't think even older people would want to admit that too. Nobody would blame you.
分かってる。そうじゃなくて、ここまで真剣に毎日やってることで負けたら、私って何なの？こんなに真剣に練習してしまったら、負けた時言い訳できない。まだ本気じゃないとか、他人にも自分にも絶対に言えない。心の中で自分に言い聞かせることもできない。それが怖い。
As I said, there is one answer to that, Misaki. Someone's just better than you. Yeah.
負けた時、私はちゃんと捨てられるかな？負けたらどうなるの？
Misaki's face is flushed.
乾さんにもアスカにも負けたくない。勝ちたいんじゃなくて負けたくない。負けたら自分がどういう気持ちになるのか想像できない。ただ負けたくない。それだけなの。
Nobody can help you. If you lose, you just have to accept it.
受け止められない。だって真剣にやるってことは大げさな言い方だけど、私の全部を使っているってことだよ。それなのに負けたら全部を失いそうで怖い。
I mean, it's not like I don't understand where she's coming from. I feel like when I was younger, I always also exaggerate just how some stuff could end everything in my life. I think this happens a lot when you're younger since, you know, you're not really understanding like the world just yet. Like if something fails, it doesn't necessarily mean it's everything's gonna be over. There's a lot of other things that you can do.
きっと死んじゃいそうな気持ちになる。死ぬが良いだよ。私死ぬよ。絶対に死なないけど、心のどこかは死ぬよ。
Maybe a part of me that has given up on that is actually what Misaki's saying here. Maybe. But I don't know. I also feel like that's another way of me to accept myself. You wouldn't think like this if you weren't taking practice seriously, right? So it's a good thing.
そうかもしれないけど、わからなくなってきた。FC を本気で始めなければ、こんな不安を抱かなくてもよかったわけじゃない？
Yeah.
だから FC をやめたい。やめるわけないよ。でもやめたい。これって何なの？この気持ちって何？
Just the overwhelming feeling of not wanting to lose. That's all.
そんなに負けたくないって思うことに意味があるの？
I don't know if there is. Misaki's face is a mix of relief and disappointment.
そうだよね。ごめん、変な質問ばかりして。
I do feel like Misaki's like feelings here only applies to the upper echelon, like I said. I never consider myself anything past like the, you know, average person, so I've never really felt like as much frustration as Misaki does when she loses. So I guess this is certainly something that I can't understand too much. But I bet this is easier on you than when you said you were gonna quit FC. Harder on the body, but easier on the heart.
どうだろう。そうかも。そうかもね。楽かもね。楽って言うと違う気がするけど、前に進んでる実感があるから、そういう意味では楽かもな。
Yeah. If you weren't, I'd be the one suffering.
マサヤが？
Yeah. You shine much more now, trying to push ahead, than you did when you were moping around depressed. I hope you can see things that way too.
輝いている私。輝いてる私を認識する私。うわー、すげえ。真顔でそんなこと言う人がいるだなんて。
Yeah, this guy spouts some really cliched lines. Quit teasing me. Also, you're making it sound like this is the first time you felt this way. But that's not true, is it?
こんな感情は初めてだと思うけど。
And I'm pretty sure you felt this way while watching Asuka's and Inui's matches at the summer tournament. You didn't want to lose back then either, right? But you didn't want to admit how you felt, so you ran away. Which was worse, the way you felt then. Oh, which was worse? The way you felt then, or the way you feel now?
そうだったね。今はうまく思い出せないけど、あの頃は本当に辛かったよ。
Running away makes some things easier, but it makes other things harder. I know that all too well. You have to spend every single day facing up to the fact that you can no longer fly. I don't know how you'll end up feeling, but I'm never letting you get away from me, so be ready.
ストーカー宣言。
Quit teasing me. I really want this to get through to her, so I put my heart into my words. If there's a meteorite heading your way, I'll block it. If you're about to fall from the sky, I'll be your cushion. If a bomb goes off, I'll cover you. There's no running away, so don't even try. I'm taking you to the tournament no matter what.
逃げません。
She gives me a docile nod.
ごめん、気持ちをどうしたらいいのかわかんなくなってさ。大丈夫。いやー、真剣に何かをやったのって初めてだから。怖いね、真剣って。
Yeah, that's probably understandable, Misaki. Since you're really good at the stuff that you usually do without taking it seriously. I know how it feels, but that's certainly not something that I could understand, Misaki. That is something only geniuses can feel. I always need to do some hard work. The reason I was so traumatized after I first met Misaki was because of how seriously I was taking FC. Despite all my hard work, I lost. Though, I guess it's more accurate to say I was under the mistaken impression that I lost. I'm sure I took it so seriously that it ended up narrowing my field of view. I was gonna say vision there. And that mistaken impression is what made me smaller for so long. When what I really wanted to do was burn brightly. I'm jealous of how you can work so hard. I couldn't do that now, even if I wanted to. Are you sure? Oh. I actually just said that. The moment I notice what I've done, my pulse quickens. I can actually say these things now. I didn't even realize I'd come this far.
真剣に飛ぶ私を見て、愚かなマサヤは苦しむがよい。
Don't mind if I do. Misaki stretches out wide like a sleeping kitty.
じゃ、負けたくないって思いながら、覚悟を決めて真剣にやりますんで、もうちょっとマサヤに痛めつけてもらおうかな。
Quit making it sound like torture.
似たようなものじゃない？
That's such a quick response that I find it hard to argue. Okay, we'll do some more field flying today. Same as before, but with low yo-yos and high yo-yos mixed in.
辛そうだにゃー。まあ、頑張るか。頑張、私。
Misaki throws the box of candy back to me. I took a look at the CG and it seems like it was Pocky, by the way. It's not candy, damn it. I guess Okashi means snack.
残りあげる。
She smiles.
さっきの話だけど、私の次はマサヤが本気になりなさいよ。
With that parting remark, she flies off toward the field. Me, huh? There's a terrible pain inside my chest. The dark beast within is poking its tongue out as it taunts me. I guess what the game really is trying to say is that Messiah probably has, you know, a light case of depression, which is probably making him not do stuff that he wants to do. And I guess that's understandable, but I do feel like it's a light case of depression though. It's not like super big. That's why I feel like the game is kind of blowing it out of proportion, in my opinion. I have felt depression before. Heck, I studied psychology, right? So I know what the classification for depression is based on the DSM-5. But yeah, I do feel like Messiah... his case can be... Like, I thought that his case would have been cured by finding out that, you know, Misaki was the one that he faced. But I guess he still hasn't faced himself just yet. Misaki runs along the beach, raising her thighs high and kicking sand up behind her. She's been in great form ever since she resumed practice. Keep going. You've got this. Keep it up to the end. I was gonna say, was she done? That was a super long pause. Misaki crosses the line drawn in the sand. Nice one. I stopped the timer on my phone. That's a new personal best. Why is she flying right now? You guys take a look at her sprite. She's flying, even though she's supposedly running in the sandy beach. Minamo-chan starts clapping away. Probably faster than the weaker members of the track club, I bet. You did yell out her name as you crossed the finish line. Shirase-san, Prez, and Master Skywalker are all taking the day off today. In exchange, Shirase-san asked Minamo-chan to come and cheer for us. I actually forgot Minamo-chan's name until they told me again. There's a heavy rain forecast for this afternoon, so we're taking the rest of the day off. I feel like Misaki's been overworking herself lately, so I wanted to take the whole day off. However, she said she'd get too anxious if she did nothing, so we decided to squeeze in a little practice. Minamo-chan reaches into her adorable bag and pulls out a paper bag from Shirase's Sky Sports. What's that? I think you've got the wrong idea here, Misaki. Protein isn't a steroid. It's not gonna make you super bulky. Yeah, duh. This type of protein isn't any different from what you get in food. You've never heard of anyone get horribly ripped from eating too much chicken, right? The only difference is you drink this while training to build your muscles effectively. I'm surprised that Messiah is talking about steroids here. I wonder if steroids is not banned or illegal in Japan. I don't know if they're banned here in Indonesia, but hell no am I using steroids. I got into exercise and fitness for the health benefits of it. While I do appreciate and love the fact that my body is getting better, like aesthetic-wise, hell no am I using steroids just for the sake of getting better aesthetically, while it disrupts my health and like fitness. Well, I guess technically it doesn't really disrupt your fitness, but I'm not gonna let it disrupt my health. Of course. One of the main things it does is help your muscles recover. Shirase-san advised we use it for that, so I imagine it's some sort of special mixture focused on that. You don't really need any like special protein or anything. As long as you got your daily protein, like a pound of... like 1 gram every pound of body weight that you have, which is very easy to get, especially if you're a girl too. I assume Misaki is probably about what? 100 pounds? Maybe less? Right? We were trying to get you to slim down, so I didn't think it was necessary. I guess I could have though. Slimming down doesn't mean you can't eat protein, the fuck? You actually want protein because it's... you know, it's going to make burning the calories that you eat a lot longer. So it actually burns... so the calories that you burn from protein is actually going to be harder to digest or harder to absorb than, say, fats or carbs. That's why it's better to eat protein if you want to have a better calorie... like, you know, lesser calorie-focused foods. Misaki turns to Minamo-chan and emphatically bows her head. Not by much though, maybe like by 100 calories at most. Which is quite significant if you're doing like a bodybuilding show or something. But for the average person, not really that much. So, Minamo-chan doesn't really talk a lot, but I do hear her voice a lot in a lot of the eroges that I've played. I don't know who she's reminding me of, but very familiar voice.
そうなんだ。試供品とかそんなの関係ないよ。私の疲労を気にしてくれた心が嬉しい。まさや、プロテインっていつ飲めばいいの？
Straight after exercising. This is a myth, by the way. It doesn't really matter when you drink protein. Well, if you haven't, eaten while you're exercising, it's probably better to drink right after. But if you have, eat before you exercise, don't really need to.
それって今じゃない。私が作りましょうか。うん、ぜひお願いします。
What do you mean, make it for you? Isn't it just adding water and shake it? The hell?
ドリンクボトルをお借りしてもいいですか？
Sure. Minamo-chan pours the powder into the water bottle and closes the lid. Goddamn anime, they don't really have to make any sound effects for everything. Then, she grips it tightly in both hands and starts shaking it around.
へえ、プロテインって水に溶かして飲むものなんだ。
Well, you can dry scoop it, but who the fuck does that? You didn't even know that?
普通に生きていればプロテインを飲む機会なんかないって。
You're not necessarily wrong, Misaki. But then again, I think in the current year, a lot of fitness stuff has been way more mainstream. So I do think a lot of people are more self-conscious about their health, especially after COVID and stuff. Guess you have a point. I think it sees some use in diets, but Misaki's probably never had to worry about that.
はい、できました。ありがとう、みなもちゃん。
Misaki pops the lid open.
プロテインって飲むの初めてなんだけど、普通に飲めばいいのかな？
Yes, Misaki.
はい、普通に。では、いただきます。
She raises the bottle to her mouth and begins to drink. You okay? She gulps down the liquid, then starts panting heavily.
どうしましたか？
I can figure that out without asking.
これすごくまずい。人生でかなり上位のまずさ。なぜこんなものが体に悪い味がする。毒だこれ。
This is very exaggerated. Protein powder is it's basically like milk. The fuck?
毒じゃないと思います。
Well, then again, it is Shirase-san's blend, so he probably put something disgusting there.
ごめん、毒は言い過ぎた。でもさ、これはまずすぎるんじゃないかな。そんなことないですよ。
Protein just tastes bad. What? Okay, Messiah is also saying something very factually wrong, so I gotta stop you right there, Messiah. The fuck did you say?
そうなの？
High protein stuff is basically the same as sticking non-fatty meat in a blender to turn into a powder. Ah, Messiah. This really discourages people from actually drinking or using protein powder.
飲む気をなくす表現だ。
There have been improvements lately, so apparently some even taste good, but most still taste like crap.
だとしても、これはひどくない？
God, this is actually making me... I do think the author of this game doesn't do enough research.
雨に濡れた犬の匂いがする程度です。
I can't deny about the smell though, especially if you don't like wash your water bottle right after drinking. It does smell like crap, but the taste isn't bad.
その表現超的確。
And it shouldn't actually smell bad when you first shake it too. It smells bad if it accumulates inside of the water bottle without any sort of air. So that's why the smell permeates inside. But it shouldn't smell bad like at all when you're drinking it. Can't say it sounds all that appealing.
でも体にいいのは本当です。
She stares at Misaki's stomach while she says that. But yeah, I do feel like the author of this game is severely like doesn't understand a lot of the exercise or a lot of the fitness industry. If Minamo-chan wasn't looking, I imagine Misaki would throw the drink away. But she can hardly do that with how grateful she acted earlier. Want me to teach you a trick for drinking protein? Misaki's eyes glisten. What a ridiculous scene this is. This scene is just factually wrong. Pinch your nose. You're not drinking medicine. God.
原始的な方法だ。
Misaki stares at the bottle. To the average person that probably doesn't, understand fitness and health, this is probably an okay scene, but I just can't accept that this scene is happening. Because, like I said, this is just wrong.
全部飲んだ。ありがとう、みなもちゃん。いえ、そんな疲労が回復するといいですね。もう筋肉が回復してきた気がするよ。ありがとうございます。
Right. Go get change. We can head out soon.
だね。どこかに一緒に行くんですか？
Today's a stress release day. Figured we'd go hang out somewhere.
でも午後から豪雨なんですよね。濡れるくらいどうってことないよ。それに喫茶店でも映画館でも雨に濡れずに済む方法なんかいくらでもあるよ。喫茶店、映画館、それでデートみたいですね。
Yeah, something like that.
違う違う。デートっていうのは本気でするものだからね。こんなのはただの遊び遊び。
Misaki waves her hands in front of her face, desperately denying that it's a date.
そうですか。では私は雨が降り出す前に失礼します。バイバイ。
Thank your brother for me. She looks way too happy for Misaki denying that it's a date, even though it still is. Minamo-chan bows to us, then trots off toward the road. I wait until she's too far away to hear us. Why were you denying it's a date so bad?
もしかして分かってない？
Huh? Misaki breathes a short sigh.
マサヤと付き合っていくのは大変そうだ。
What's that supposed to mean?
この話はもうおしまい。じゃ、私は着替えてくるね。
Misaki walks away. Why are we in the classroom? Did we actually skip the date arc? Misaki enters the classroom, spins her arms, and heads toward the window.
おお、綺麗な夕焼けだ。
What about the date, damn you? That was actually filler that I wouldn't mind. I mind the bad humor with the whole gay shit with Prez and Shirase-san, but come on! I wouldn't mind some filler data arc. It was pouring before we went to the theater. So we didn't even, like, show the scene where we watched the movie. Luckily, the skies had cleared up by the time we left. We'd just been walking and talking until we found ourselves by school and decided to drop in. I thought about going to the club room, but I'm surprised they actually brought their uniforms. I couldn't bring myself to suggest it. I'm sure Misaki feels the exact same way.
今日は野球部の音もしないね。
Doesn't look like a whole lot of clubs are practicing today.
少なくともこの教室には誰も来てないみたいだね。
Good point. If anyone was around, would probably see changes of clothes hanging over lockers, bags left on desks, candy wrappers in the bin, that sort of stuff.
さっきの雨のせいかな。
Yeah, maybe everyone saw the forecast and went home. I looked up the weather on my phone before the movie, and it had said the rain was gonna continue all night. Seems the worst of it missed the island though, so we have this beautiful sunset.
人の気配がないから前より取り残され感があるな。
Not me.
それはどういう意味？
Last time, you were the only one I had.
今は私以外に好きな女の子がいると？
You're the only one I love, Misaki. It's embarrassing enough without you blushing.
照れるようなこと言う方が悪い。
You made me say it. When I said you were the only one, I meant, I'm not sure how to put this. I know how I feel. I just can't put it into words. Just that you were the only one for me, in a bad way.
悪い意味なんだ。それはがっかりですにゃ。
It's because how depressed you were was dragging me down, leaving me immobile.
申し訳ないとは思うけど、他人の気持ちにそんなに引きずられるというのはどうなんだろう。
Because I loved you, obviously. I think at that point, it wasn't love just yet. You were fixated because she was the same as you. I told you not to blush.
ならないわけがない。恥ずかしそうというか恥ずかしい。
Well, anyway, when you told me you didn't want to get back into FC, trying to imagine the future gave me chills.
そんな想像してまで寒気を感じなくてもいいと思うよ。それにしてもさ。
Misaki smiles at me. What's up?
正直、あの時のマサヤはどうかなと思うよ。
I know I said some pretty pathetic things, but then again, you knew I would, didn't you?
そこじゃなくてさ、なんというか、
What's with the laugh?
あの時、勢いのまま告白されたり、キスされたりするのかもって想像してた。
I was doing my best to tell you how I felt, and your mind just jumped straight to sex? Fuck? She didn't say sex at all?
エロいこと言うな。告白はエロいことじゃない。
She said, confessing. She didn't say anything about kiss, though, right? Good point.
でも、あの時に一気に告白されて、さらにキスまでされたら、私は爆発していたと思うから。
You're exaggerating.
大げさ違う。そんなたくさんのことに対処できるほど私の心の処理能力は高くない。私の心なんか Windows 95が動くかどうか危ういとこだからさ。
Yeah, I heard her say Windows instead of the localization being right there. Those are some seriously low specs.
そういったわけだから、あの時はあれだけで済んでよかったよ。あれ以上何かをされたら心臓か頭がパンと爆発するか耐えきれなくなって逃げ出してたと思う。
I don't think I could have gotten my feelings across in any other way. I think you could have. Misaki giggles.
ということはあれはマサヤが情けなかったという結論で2人の共通の思い出にしておこう。
Could have just like hugged her, you know? Doesn't necessarily have to be a kiss. I wouldn't say that, but I did say some pathetic things. I made sure to let her know it won't be easy to be with me by asking her to save me. She grins at me.
マサヤって基本的にヘタレというか情けないとこあるよね。
I kinda already know that he's a beta male, Misaki. Oh, come on. I know I'm not perfect, but I take offense to the fundamental bit.
はいはい。FC のことはともかく恋愛に関しては私がリードしてあげないとダメなのかも。
Oh, sorry. I actually didn't even realize I accidentally clicked on it. Damn twitchy fingers. Please, by all means.
はあ、ヘタレな彼氏を持つと大変なりな。
She makes a show of slumping her shoulders. I don't think it's all bad.
女の子に告白させた男が言うこととは思えないにゃ。
Ugh.
この恋愛の主導権を握っているのは私ということをちゃんと分かって。つまりマサヤは私が死ねと言ったら死なないといけない立場なんだから理解してね。
As if. When did you get authority over whether I live or die?
え、恋愛ってそういうものじゃないの？
Is it? Girlfriends get that much power over their boyfriends?
今後のためにも分かってもらわないと困るにゃ。まずは自分で自分の靴を舐めてもらおうかな。
Gotta say, you did well thinking of something that disgusting. Still, at least licking Misaki's shoes would be kinda erotic. What? Japan, come on, man. No, it's not. Shoes are fucking disgusting. Maybe not right now, but I can see things going in that direction. And when the time comes, it won't be all that strange if I really lick her shoes. No, not at all. The fuck is going on here? I can totally see myself going, may as well at the right time. However, licking my own shoes is just humiliating. Humiliating and degrading.
自分の靴を舐めないとマサヤは私とお付き合いを続けることはできないのにゃ。
What the fuck is going on? Is this gonna lead to an H scene right now? This is making me feel so awkward. If that's how it's gonna be, we may as well break up. Misaki takes a step toward me, shakes her hair to the side, then stares at me.
それは無理。
Why not?
なぜならマサヤは私と別れることは不可能だから。
I find myself put on guard. Mostly because Misaki is grinning like she's looking down on me, exuding an ominous aura from every inch of her body. She seems like a giant, threatening me with her imposing stature. The area behind Misaki shimmers like there's heat radiating off her. But why would that be impossible? Is she this confident because she knows a weakness of mine that's that fatal? Wait, do I even have a weakness like that? Are you saying you'll quit FC if we break up?
ああ、そういう手段もあるか。いいことを聞いた。それは次に回そう。
I don't think you need to be stocking up on options.
マサヤはこう思っているんじゃないかにゃ。別れられない理由は俺にあるんじゃないかと。
Normally, the threatener would know what the threatenee's weakness is before they do the threatening. That's quite the tongue twister because I can't really say threaten that well.
普通はそうかもしれないけど、今回は私が私の弱点を握っているのですね。
Well, I'd certainly hope you know your own weaknesses. Not sure how that's meant to be used to threaten me though. There's nothing particularly powerful about a person's own weaknesses. The corners of her lips curl up into an ominous grin. What the hell is she about to say?
私、マサヤが別れようなんて言い出したら何するかわからないから。
Are you really doing this, Misaki? That's what we call a toxic relationship, you know. What?
私がそういうキャラだってマサヤは分かってるでしょ？
Ah!
別れる悲しさに私の気持ちは絶対に耐えられない。 それを知ってるマサヤは私が心配だから別れることはできない。完璧な理屈の完成。やったー！
What is QED? Don't be happy about that. Isn't that just wicked?
卑怯。褒め言葉ね。
I think Hikyo is cowardly. You sound like a villain. I can't believe this is actually happening right now.
卑怯の一言が私をメンヘラの世界へと押し上げるにゃー。恐ろしい彼女を捕まえたことを後悔しながら自分の靴を舐めたまえ、マサヤくん。
The please doesn't make it any more convincing. It's not unusual for her to be spouting nonsense, but today is something else entirely.
私が言いたいのはそれだけだから。
Guess your brain is as low spec as your heart. There should be tons more going on in there. Oh wait, I think I get what's going on. Though, things could get really messy if I'm wrong. But if I consider what she's been saying, then... Misaki.
何？自分の靴を舐める覚悟ができた？
I couldn't do that if my life depended on it. I think Misaki wants to cuddle. She does? The fuck? At least, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Is this a so-called, like the game that people do when they're dating? What the fuck? How is that any indication that she wants to cuddle? What? It's impressive, to say the least, that she's telling me to lick my shoes when she just wants a nice cuddle session. She's probably trying to provoke me because she wants me to be more assertive. If not, I have no idea what's going on. She really can be a handful at times. I do like that about her, though. That is such a roundabout way, if that is true. It would be awkward and embarrassing to just come out and say that I want to cuddle or just go in for the kill. Best that I get us in the right mood first. But how do people normally break through this barrier? How do they set the mood when it's not there naturally? I think I can at least start by getting a bit closer to her. Why are you groaning while backing away?
急に近づかれたら逃げるに決まってる。
Okay, I'll approach slowly.
ゆっくり逃げます。
I'm your boyfriend, not a sex offender.
お、その言い方は少しかっこいいかも。
It did? I just need to say something right now. Anything. That she's cute, or that I like some quirk about her. It can be whatever. She wants to cuddle, so if I give her the chance, she won't refuse. It's just that, if I'm wrong here, and all she really wants is for me to lick my shoes, then... I don't think she wants you to actually lick your shoes, but I don't actually know whether or not she actually wants to cuddle too. That is such a jump in logic that I just don't know how he got that, you know, he got that conclusion. I'm gonna trust that that isn't the case. Because if it is, this relationship is in trouble. Misaki overwrites my cries with her own. What's up?
その乾さんの先日のことなんだけど。
Huh? Yeah? She's bringing that up now?
もう一度その確認しておきたいなと思ったの。
Misaki points around the room quickly as she says that.
黒板消しがファースト V で、前のドアがセカンドで、そこの机がサードで、この窓がフォースね。
Right.
で、この椅子が乾さん。
Well, she's clearly, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Nervous right now. So, Messiah was probably correct. Though I don't know how he even got to that conclusion in the first place. To me, it doesn't make any sense. Maybe I just failed to see how girls act. I don't know. She's a chair now, huh?
紫藤君の代わり、乾さんの魂を入れてあるから大事に扱ってあげて。
Misaki picks up a nearby chair and holds it out to me. Thanks. I accept the chair in shock. There are fantasy stories about dolls and plushies that store human souls inside them, but a soul inside a chair is like something out of a surreal horror film. Inui probably expects that we're studying her playstyle, but I doubt the thought of her soul being transported into a chair has ever crossed her mind. Maybe I should tell her to put her off her game for the match. What does that mean? I should tell her to put her off her game for the match? Huh? So we're doing simulation training here?
それをしないと確認にならないから。ポーンスタートです。
Misaki lets out a confusing cry, then starts weaving her way between the desks.
私はショートカット。ほら、じっとしてないで走って。
Right. I carried a chair above my head to prevent it from banging into any desks. Wait, was the first boy that locker?
違う、黒板消し。
Misaki is trotting around in a circular motion.
私の目が回る前に早く早く。
Okay. I run over to the blackboard and lower the chair to gently tap it against the eraser. That's 1 point for me. I used a recoil from the boy to accelerate up. I stretch out my arms to lift Inui's soul into a high position.
それに合わせて私も上昇。
Misaki approaches me, then hops with an arm outstretched. Hey, watch it!
乾さんを相手に接近戦のチャンスを逃してたら勝負にならない。
Wait! I heaved the chair to the ground.
ああ、そんな乱暴にしたら乾さんがかわいそう。
Wait, why do you get to be yourself when Inui has to be a chair? Can't I just pretend to be Inui?
でも、まさやに乾さんの魂を入れるのはかわいそう。
I think it's worse being inside a chair, personally.
難しいところだね。椅子に入れられるのがマシか、ゴリラに入れられるのがマシか。
No one's ever compared me to a gorilla before.
当然、人間に対して人間に似てるという人なんかいない。そういうこと。
So you're saying I'm an actual gorilla? Why is she like this?
気づかせたくはなかったのだけど、口が滑ってしまって。ごめん。
I can feel my soul escaping me as I sigh. I actually don't really mind this part of Misaki, the randomness and stuff. You've been acting weird ever since we got here. You weren't like this earlier.
ちょっと待って。距離が近すぎるから。
She starts backing away from me slowly, like I'm some kind of grizzly bear. Seriously, why do you keep moving away from me?
いや、ちょっと待って。私は女の子なのです。そういうこと。
What? That's just how what is. I mean, obviously. Not like I ever thought anything else. With a chest like that, how could I? And this is why you're a freaking degenerate, Messiah.
いや、だって、説明が必要？
Explain what? I'm so confused. If possible.
私たちは付き合い始めたばかりだよね。
Right?
ということは、それで校舎で二人っきりでさ、部活の人もいないみたいだから、教室に誰か来る可能性は低いよね。
Yeah.
だからほら、告白した時は勢いがついてたから、自然？すごく緊張して死んじゃいそうだったけど、それでもそうするしかない流れだったわけで。巨大な力があったから死んじゃいそうだけどできて、だけど今は最初から流れを作っていかないといけないのよ。そんなのどうしたらいいのか全然わからなくて。
If I was Messiah right now, I'd be like, okay, then just let's get out of school.
なんだかマサヤは私の心の状態とかと関係なく近づいてしようとしてるみたいだし、そんなことされたらこっちは逃げるしかないわけで、だから 雰囲気
Hmm?
そういうのを作らなきゃと思うけど、作り方わかんないから時間稼ぎをするしかないから、だから私は何を喋ってるんだっけ、あれだから
I think it was something about a new line of candy.
そうか、夏はチョコレートの新作が少なくて寂しいよ。美味しいチョコって夏の気温だと溶けちゃうからしょうがなくはあるんだけど、でもチョコは冬の食べ物ってイメージは。
Don't actually play along. Seriously. What did you think I was gonna do?
いや、そのキス。
Kiss you?
わざとびっくりして私だけエロかったみたいにするのは卑怯としか言いようがないと思う。
I really didn't think that far ahead.
そこまでは？じゃ、どこまでなら考えてたの？
Just cuddling? I figured doing a little bit of that would be nice, I guess. I hadn't considered kissing.
嘘だ！
I'm not lying.
ちょっと待って。
Misaki places a hand on her chest, then takes some deep breaths.
いいじゃね。了解した。じゃあその方向で雰囲気を。
Man, this is so awkward. Though I've never been in a relationship, so I don't know how to actually just start cuddling too. At least how to set up the mood. No, toward kissing.
どうしてハードルを上げるの？
You brought it up, so now I want to kiss you. Here goes nothing.
ストップ！無理やりもいいけど、無理やりはダメ！
I think you've forgotten how language works. Like what?
強引にキスされてしまったという喜びはあると思う。だけど、いつも強引はダメ。今の状況だとそれはダメ。今後のためにもちゃんと雰囲気を作ってほしい。難しいよね。私もキスはしたいけど、どうやったらキスをしてもいい状況になるのか想像もできないからさ。
I mean, do you even need to, like, get it right if you both want to do it? How does ordering me to lick my shoes help with that? Right. How does it go in the manga you read? There must be a bunch of kissing in those. Misaki hangs her head.
物語の必然としてキスしてると思う。私たちも前のキスの時は告白からのキスだから必然があったと思うけど、今したいキスっていうのは必然のないキスなわけだから。
What are you even saying? An uninevitable kiss is one hell of an expression.
そういうキスってみんなどうしてるんだろう。
The air weighs down on us so heavily that it feels like it would be a struggle to move a fingertip. Do you think everyone starts worrying about these things when they're dating?
わからない。ただキスをしたいだけなのに。もしかしてみんな必然のキスだけをして生きていて、私たちみたいなキスしたがりはインランカップルなのかも。
There's nothing pervy about wanting to kiss the person you love.
でもしたいから悩むわけで、私もマサヤも精神的にインランなんだ。
Oh, do you guys hear that? Sometimes the game actually skips audio for me. I hope you guys don't hear it and it's just my headphones. Pretty weird. You just said the most ridiculous thing and managed to sound hurt while saying it.
だって二人っきりになっただけでこんなにキスを求めるなんて、そう考えた方が納得できると思わない？どうしよう。こんな自分知らなかった。
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard that, but I was hearing it before Misaki talked there. Well,
付き合ったばかりなのにインランの烙印を。
you're the one branding us. Quit driving yourself into a corner.
でも一体どうすれば。
I take a step closer to Misaki and grab hold of her shoulders. I can feel how tense she is. She'd probably shatter like pottery if I hit her.
そのやり方は強引だと思う。
Yeah, there we go. Like, before I clicked on Messiah there was a audio skip. Hope you guys don't hear it. That is super annoying to me. I'm not being forceful. I haven't kissed you yet. Well, this is kinda embarrassing, but here goes. Just holding your shoulders has my heart racing.
私もマサヤの手のひらにドキドキしてる。肩がこんなに敏感な場所って知らなかった。マサヤの手のかすかな震えもわかる気がする。
I think this is how people imagine, like, you know, their first, like, love would be when it comes to dating. I don't have any sort of, like, illusion of first loves, though, so... While I do think this is kinda cute, it doesn't really touch my heartstring all that much. I'm just too old, man. I'm too jaded. Tension continues to build up inside us. Misaki's strange breathing must be a sign. I lean in toward her. She shuts her eyes and tilts her head up toward me. I'm not voice acting the the sound effects, okay? It's too weird. Our lips squish together. I can feel how soft hers are. Lips really are sensitive. Misaki pulls away slightly and whispers.
これは必然性のないキスではないと思う。
Why not?
だって気持ちがいいし、マサヤの心が伝わってきた気がする。そういうのを今伝えられるのは嬉しいから。ちょっと不安だったから。
About what?
告白した時、私が強引に流れを作っちゃったから、マサヤは流れで付き合うことになったんじゃないかなって。別にそう思っていたわけじゃなくて、少しだけ不安だった。
Kind of out of character for you, Misaki. Of course I wasn't forced into going out with you.
だから本当に少しだけの不安だってば。
Still better to get rid of that anxiety. I'm going to say this seriously now, so don't turn it into some joke.
言わない。消してくれる？
I love you, Misaki. I was already tense, but now every time I open my mouth, a different kind of tension is building up. The only one I'll ever want to kiss is you. The embarrassment from actually admitting how much I love Misaki is turning into excess tension. I'll tell you whenever I want to kiss you, so you do the same.
キスしたい。今、キスがしたい。
My lips press against hers once again. Misaki's ragged, nasal breaths blows against me as we kiss. I wait for her breathing to calm before gently sucking on her lips. There's an adorable little sound as I do. Is this actually gonna turn into an H scene? I mean, this is the first time we've actually heard this BGM. I am about 80% sure this is leading there. I can tell that Misaki's smiling. It's evident even through her shoulders as I hold them. I'm too close to see her face, but touching her shoulders and lips is enough. This is what it feels like to hold the person you love. I can feel her presence far more clearly than the last time we kissed. This time, Misaki rubs against my lips, which makes another adorable sound. Seemingly pleased by that noise, Misaki continues to suck on my lips. The joy she's feeling comes bounding into me. We're only kissing, but it feels like we're skipping hand in hand. You good, Misaki? Our movements grow grander as we become entrance in kissing. Is that supposed to be in trance? I think it's supposed to be in trance. Our mouths are speeding up too. I hold her shoulders tightly. Misaki shuffles slightly closer to me. We part our lips and touch our foreheads. Misaki, we know our desires for each other won't stop. We know that we feel the exact same way. Hell, it's painfully obvious. This is what it means to kiss. The soft feel of her lips sent a throbbing sensation coursing through me. We move as if eating away at each other's lips. Our tongues poke out at the same time and twine together. Faint, wet squelches fill the air. I never realized kissing could sound so weird. A moment ago, we were desperately trying to come up with a way to set the mood, and now look at us. Like this? I'm not gonna voice act that. God damn it. Misaki presses her whole face against me, trying to get her tongue further into my mouth. Well, safe to say, I think this is probably going to be an H scene soon enough. Well, who'd have thought? 30 hours into the game and we got our first H scene. You guys on YouTube probably won't be seeing this in quite a bit, so I will just say this like right now. Patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. We're kissing as if our lives depend on it. I'm no longer fully sure whose lips or whose tongue belongs to who. I can feel my mind slowly eroding away. Misaki and I continue to kiss for a while longer. Wait, Nani? Is it actually not gonna be an H scene? Did my prediction, like, get shut down? I raise a hand up to my lips. Do your lips feel like disembodied? Oh, I get what you mean. My whole mouth area feels kind of fuzzy. It's like how your brain feels hazy when you come down with a fever, only concentrated around my lips. Guess this is what happens when you play too much tonsil tennis. This is very innocent though. I do like romance like this a lot more than when you just go straight for the sex. As like, you know, research material, quote unquote. Of course you just want to get into it, right? But as far as romance goes, this is actually pretty nice and innocent. I do like seeing romance like this. Not as far as I can see. I wonder if kissing always makes you feel like this. Misaki looks down to the side in regret. Quit making up terms. I'm pretty sure everyone goes through this. They just don't talk about it. Probably. No one's lips have ever fallen off, relax. But we can save this for special occasions. Light kisses we can do all the time. I have no intention of denying that. Misaki suddenly grabs my hand. What's up? Sometimes. There's no point lying. I love that about you. If she wasn't annoying at times, she wouldn't be Misaki.
ありがとう。でもごめん。これからも迷惑をかけると思うけどさ。
That line was actually pretty smooth for Messiah. Her bashful smile is almost blindingly radiant.
これからも私のことを好きでいてくれたら嬉しいというか的確な表現が見つからない。とにかくそのマサヤのことが好きということで。
I love you too, Misaki. Let's go with that.
ということで
This is just the start.
お願いします。
Misaki beams at me and bows her head. What's up?
いやー、キスの最中心臓がずっとドキドキしてたんだけど、話をしてたら落ち着いたのに。
Misaki purses her lips for a moment.
好きって確認したらまたドキドキしてきてしまった。私ってそんなにマサヤのこと好きなんだって考えたらなんかねえ。
Not really, no.
はあ、わあ、好きってこと確認するたびにこんな気持ちになるのかな。
Maybe. Let's kiss again.
唇が腫れるまでキスしたばかりなのにですか。
Yeah, but seeing you right now is making me want to do it all over again. Come on, I'll make it quick. Promise. Sure, Messiah.
はいはい、いいですよ。
I lay a gentle peck on Misaki's slightly pouty lips. Wow, he's actually honoring the promise.
ずっと好きでいてね。
That's the plan. Misaki leans forward, leaning her head into my chest. I wrap my arms around her back.
だいたいさ、マサヤは男の子なわけ？
What? You doubt me or something?
なら証拠を見せてもらおうかな。
Sure you want that?
私が裏ルートから聞いた情報によると、男子は女子よりエロいらしいですよ。
I'm guessing this is probably where the, all ages scene stops. God damn it. Misaki, platonic relationships are good, okay? Especially when you guys are younger. I think most people know that without having to use the black market.
マサヤはキスをしただけで、そういうのが全然ない。
I can assure you it is true.
もしかして真っ白くらいの胸が好き？
I don't judge girls in their chests. It's more like the timing just hasn't been right.
タイミングってどういうタイミング？
Can't say.
まあマサヤにそういうのは無理なのかな。私からあはーんとしてあげないとダメなのかしら。
Try that, then I'm going straight home.
倒れそうなほど失礼。
Has this been worrying you?
心配っていうか、私にはそういう魅力あるはずだからちょっとおかしいよね。心の傷があるのかなって。カウンセリングはどこに連れて行こうかなとか。
Is this really what people think of people that, don't want to have sex on their dates? What the fuck? I actually think it's perfectly reasonable to have, a super platonic relationship. You can still cuddle and kiss, I guess, but doesn't necessarily have to have sex. Though, I don't know if I've said this to you guys, but I'm one of those really old-fashioned guys that probably only will have sex with someone that I would, or someone that I have married. Won't do it with any other person. Trust you to be worried in the most egotistical way imaginable. I'm not traumatized. And don't go looking to professional help without asking me.
まあ口ではどうとでも言えますもんね。
Wait. Could she be coming on to me right now? Come to think of it,
何？
an empty classroom might just be the right timing. Don't shriek! You're the one who brought this up.
何どういうこと？こういうこと？
Misaki timidly presses her back up against the window.
私って教室でやられちゃうの？
Yeah, for sure. Goodbye, YouTube. This is definitely like the black, you know, the fate to black scene for the all ages version. How's it rape when you're the one suggesting it?
いやいや、お待ちくださいませ。確かに多少しました。でもだからってそこまで話を進めなくてもいいと思います。
I thought that information you got in the black market told you guys were more sex obsessed than girls.
ですね、聞いてくださいますかしら、マサヤさん。
Your speech is getting all jumbled.
私はマサヤをからかって軽く遊ぼうとしただけで。
You should know not to tease a guy like that. I won't let you claim you didn't think this through.
言わせないと言われても言う。そんなこと言うなら私はあえて言う。マサヤに言ってみせたい。
What? Don't answer my question with a question. Remind me, who was the one just droning on a second ago?
あれ、なんだっけ。
You're just rambling to buy time. You can't trick your coach like that, Misaki.
心の準備が
If you really don't want this, just say so.
本気で嫌。
That was fast.
にじり寄るな。本気で嫌だったらやめるんじゃないの？
Yes, I should. I asked you to tell me, but I never said I'd stop. What the fuck, this guy?
詭弁。
Do you really not want this?
そんなこと言われても簡単に割り切れることじゃない。
If you don't want this, then resist.
抵抗したらどうなるの？
I'll stop, of course.
だったら抵抗する。マサヤに対する暴動を起こす。ライオットだよ、ライオット。
Who let Marie Antoinette in here? I get that you're nervous, Misaki. I'm really nervous myself. So if I end up being too rough or cause you any pain, I want you to speak up.
することが前提の上で喋ってるよ。
Well, yeah, that's the plan.
どうしても今じゃないとダメ。
You did provoke me.
だからそういうつもりじゃなかったんだけど。
A light provocation shouldn't really cause you to just suddenly do this, by the way. God, this is so awkward. Sorry. This is just like with the kiss. I should have been the one to say it.
だから私は。
If you really don't want this, then just resist. I don't think I can hold back unless you show me you really don't want this.
止まりそうにないって。マサヤのそんな気持ち聞かされたら。抵抗するから。
Okay.
分かってるならやめろ。
I grab hold of the hem of Misaki's uniform. Can I cut this yet on YouTube? Her breath instantly grows ragged. Misaki's face stiffens up as she giggles. Aren't you going to resist?
マサヤは後戻りできる？
Does it look like I can?
見えない。
The moment I place my hands on her blouse, her entire body stiffens.
それ以上したら確実に抵抗するから。ライオットだから。
I pull her blouse out of her skirt, then roll it up to expose her chest. I think that's my cue to censor this on YouTube. Patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. Wow! That shift in! Insane! Holy shit! They didn't even have like a love talk at the end of the H scene or anything. I mean, I guess the H scene was like an hour long or some shit like that. It was pretty intense. So for people on YouTube, what you just missed is an insanely long H scene that will only be on Patreon. My goodness, that was super long. It was super vanilla though. I'm not like super vanilla. It's actually like a super good vanilla H scene in my opinion. But the transition was just so awkward. But this is gonna be where I call it for the episode. So you guys on YouTube will probably be missing about 40 minutes or 50 minutes of like recording time because that H scene was long. And that's actually the first vanilla H scene that I've voice acted, so I felt kind of awkward doing it, but it was super nice. Like the scene itself was really good. I thought that the placement would be pretty weird, but surprisingly the like H scene was really good. I can't say anything bad about it. It's super nice. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. And for people on YouTube, Patreon now has free members. So if you haven't gone to Patreon and become a free member yet, feel free to do so because you will be getting first episodes of you know, future playthroughs that aren't on YouTube just yet. Man, the transition like from the 8 scene to suddenly this really got to me though. Can't lie. But yeah, I'm not gonna forget to save my game. I think depending on how long the final chapter could be, next episode could be the final episode for Misaki's route, but I guess we'll see. That H scene alone was intense, and I don't think there would be just one H scene in each route. So yeah, I will see you guys on the next one.